From childhood, we're conditioned to fit into a mold, taught what to believe, how to behave, and what success should look like. We become products of expectations shaped by our families, schools, and societies. And without realizing it, we construct a false self, a version of ourselves built for approval rather than authenticity. Carl Jung believed that many people live their entire lives trapped in this illusion. They follow paths chosen for them, suppress their true desires, and wear masks to blend in. But deep inside, beneath the routines and responsibilities, there's a quiet voice that whispers, "This isn't who I really am." Most ignore that voice. Some even fear it. But the few who dare to listen embark on the journey of true self-discovery, the point at which life actually begins. The shadow, the part of you that you're afraid of. Jung's concept of the shadow is one of his most powerful ideas. He argued that within each of us lies a darker, hidden side, one we repress because it doesn't fit our carefully crafted identity. Your shadow holds your fears, your anger, your suppressed desires, the parts of yourself you're ashamed of. But here's the truth, ignoring your shadow doesn't make it disappear. It makes it stronger. People who deny their shadow often find it controlling them in ways they don't understand. They project their insecurities onto others, struggle with self-doubt, or sabotage their own happiness. But Jung believed that integrating the shadow, acknowledging and accepting it, is essential for self-realization. The moment you stop fearing the parts of yourself that society told you to hide, you stop being controlled by them. And that is where transformation begins. Individuation, becoming who you were meant to be. So, what happens after you confront your shadow? You enter the process Jung called individuation, the journey of becoming your true self. Individuation isn't about rebelling against the world. It's not about rejecting everything you were taught. It's about aligning your inner self with your outer life. It's about choosing who you want to be, instead of passively becoming what the world expects. Most people live disconnected from themselves. They chase achievements, relationships, and status, hoping these things will give them meaning. But real fulfillment doesn't come from the outside. It comes from knowing who you truly are and having the courage to live accordingly. The moment you stop living for others and start living for yourself, is the moment your life truly begins. Why most people never find themselves. If self-discovery is so powerful, why do so many people avoid it? Because it's hard. Facing yourself means questioning everything you once believed. It means unlearning things you were taught as absolute truths. It means taking responsibility for your life instead of blaming circumstances or others. And most people would rather stay comfortable in illusion than face the discomfort of self-awareness. They distract themselves, through work, entertainment, relationships, even self-improvement that never goes deeper than the surface. But no matter how much they distract themselves, there's always an underlying emptiness, a feeling that something isn't quite right. Because deep down they know they aren't living as who they really are. The fear of losing everything. One of the biggest reasons people resist self-discovery is the fear of change. What if finding yourself means realizing you're in the wrong career? What if it means accepting that some relationships in your life are toxic? What if it means letting go of everything you once thought defined you? These are terrifying questions. And they make people cling to what's familiar, even if what's familiar is making them miserable. Jung understood this fear. He knew that real self-awareness comes at a cost. You might lose friends. You might lose comfort. You might even feel lost for a while. But what you gain in return is authenticity. A life that is truly yours. Because here's the harsh truth. If you never risk losing what isn't real, you'll never find what is. The midlife awakening. Why life begins at 40. Jung famously said, life really begins at 40. Up until then you are just doing research. What? Because for many people their early years are spent chasing external goals, building careers, families, reputations. But around midlife something shifts. Suddenly achievements don't feel as fulfilling as they once did. The roles they spent years perfecting no longer fit. And for the first time they start asking, who am I really? This is the moment many people either wake up or break down. Some fall into crisis, desperately clinging to their old identity. Others embrace the discomfort and start exploring the deeper questions of life. They begin the work of individuation, the work of becoming whole. But here's the thing, you don't have to wait until 40 to wake up. You can start today. How to start finding yourself right now. So, how do you actually find yourself? Jung believed that the process isn't about adding more to your life. It's about removing what isn't truly you. It's about stripping away the illusions, the expectations, and the false identities you've been carrying. Here's where you can start. Question everything. Are your beliefs truly yours or were they given to you? Take a hard look at the opinions, values, and goals you've adopted. Were they chosen consciously, Or were they handed down by family, culture, or social norms? Sometimes we live by rules that don't even align with who we really are. Face your shadow. What parts of yourself do you avoid acknowledging? What emotions, desires, or thoughts do you suppress because they don't fit the image you want to present? Instead of fearing your darkness, start understanding it. Every part of you has a purpose. Your job is to integrate, not eliminate. Listen to your emotions. Pay attention to what makes you feel alive, and what drains you. Your emotions aren't just random, they're signals. What excites you? What triggers you? What makes you feel small? Learning to understand and trust these signals can guide you toward a life that actually feels right. Let go of expectations. Imagine for a moment that no one was watching. No parents, no friends, no society judging your every move. What would you do? Who would you become? Often, the life we truly desire is hidden beneath the pressure to meet expectations. Embrace solitude. Who are you when you're alone with your thoughts? Most people fill every moment with distractions, social media, entertainment, endless tasks, because they're afraid of silence. But real self-discovery happens in stillness. Take time to be alone, without distractions, and see what rises to the surface. Find what feels authentic. Instead of chasing what looks successful or impressive, ask yourself, what actually feels right? What activities make time disappear? What moments bring you deep satisfaction, regardless of whether they impress anyone else? These are clues to your true path. Make peace with change. The hardest part of self-discovery is realizing that the real you might not fit the life you've built. That's okay. Growth requires change. Some relationships may fall away. Some goals may shift. That doesn't mean you've lost. It means you're evolving into something better. This journey isn't about having all the answers right away. It's about having the courage to ask the right questions. And if you keep asking, if you keep listening, you'll eventually find something most people never do, your true self. Most people live in a version of reality that isn't their own. They spend their lives playing roles they didn't choose, chasing happiness in places it doesn't exist. But you don't have to be one of them. Finding yourself isn't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you've always been, beneath the conditioning, beneath the expectations, beneath the fear. The question is, are you ready to meet that person? If this video made you rethink who you really are, then you're already ahead of most people. Because true freedom starts with self-awareness, but only if you act on it. So, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Here we don't just talk about life, we break it down, challenge it, and uncover the truths most people ignore. And remember, the world will try to define you. But only you have the power to decide who you truly are.